Hey guys, Peyton Snabeck here again for another video for you guys today. So, this is a special video, because, now you're probably shocked for a second, because I just got done watching The Cult of Chucky, which, if you don't know, it's Child's Play, or Chucky movie part 7. Now, I know, you guys are probably like, how the heck did you get to watch this? This doesn't even come out for another week. You're right. I did get to watch it early because I watched it on this website, which I'll put down below on the down the description down below, to let you guys know what website I watched it on, because it is on there. But yeah, so I just did get done watching Cult of Chucky. Before I get started with the review, I just want to let you guys know there are going to be some spoiler alerts. So just to let you know, so if you don't want anything spoiled or ruined or anything, don't watch this video. So yeah. And also, before I also get started in the review, just want to let you know how did I find out about this. Well, I saw this one video. I didn't watch it, but I was just trying to see if it was like a fake or something. But because there was a video called spoiler clips or something. I forgot what the video was called, but and it looked like it was kind of like being like actual, like, you know, clips from the movie. And I looked down the comments and it said, and people were asking, how did you get these clips? And, you know, the guy that uploaded it, he said what website it was from, and I went on the website and it was on there. So that's how I got to watch this movie. But anyway, let me get started with the review. First of all, out of 5 stars. Now, I give this probably a 5 because, I mean, since it is, these kind of movies are like one of my favorite, you know, franchise horror movies of all times. You know, I mean, who does not love the Chucky movies? I mean, it is strange. This one was like kind of strange, but I really loved it, actually. But the plot, it's basically about you know, starts off with Andy basically on a date, and you know, this girl said that she Googled him and basically knows a lot about him. And, you know, he says to her that talks about what his life was like, and about how Chucky basically ruined his childhood. And, you know, Andy's basically talking to like the severed head of Chucky, and you know, and then meanwhile, well, this is kind of like, I'm thinking this is sort of like a continuing type sequel to Curse of Chucky, the last movie. So Nika, played by Fiona Dorff, who was Brad Dourif's daughter, you know, the voice of Chucky. She ends up getting sent to this mental hospital. I forgot what the hospital was called, but she ends up being sent there, and, you know, and some people are like pretty scared of her because they're like, oh, you've been in here because you killed your entire family. This girl is crazy as heck. And you know, and of course everyone, and of course all the viewers know that it wasn't her, it was Chucky. But, you know, she's basically kind of like, at the same time, is maybe it was me that killed all my whole family, or maybe it was the doll. I don't know. I just think I'm crazy, you know. And the doctor's trying to cure her, saying there's no such thing as Chucky. There's no such thing as Chucky. And, you know, and then as you see in the trailer, you know, the doctor or psychiatrist, he's like, well, I brought something here to show you guys, and he brings out the Chucky doll, basically to get over the fears and stuff. And you know, of course, murders are starting to happen one by one, and you know, when Tiffany ends up visiting Nika, and she's saying that, she says, I'm so sorry, but the girl, the Alice girl that played in Summer Howell, she says, I'm sorry, but Alice passed away. And then Tiffany says, well, but I did wanted to bring you something to remember her memory. And Tiffany brings her this Chucky doll. So, and it basically explains the whole trailer. So that's you know, it explains everything. It really does explain the cult. I don't really want to get too much with the cult, but, you know, in the trailer you see that there's two good guy dolls, and, you know, you see that one guy, he's like, wait a minute, there's two of them? So, yeah, there's basically two Chuckies. So, you're basically thinking, well, which one's the real Chucky? Or, you know, I mean, and so, meanwhile, yeah, so the murders are happening at the hospital one by one, which, by the way, there are pretty good death scenes in the movie. Lots of cool stuff. I really love the setting, by the way, where it takes place in the hospital, which I'll talk about that in a sec, but, you know, Andy finds out about the murders at the hospital, and, because he looks up on the computer, and he's like, well, I have a job to do, and he gets all of his guns, and goes to the hospital to protect Nika. But then, anyway, and so, you know, in the hospital, Nika is basically, you know, she thinks that, oh, Chucky ain't trying to kill me. He's killing all these people, and then he's going to kill me. He's just messing with me. And, you know, and there's a lot of cool scenes with her getting hypnotized and, you know, to remember what happened and all that stuff. And, yeah, and Tiffany's in this, of course, you know, as you see in the trailer. Now, and like I said, the setting in this movie, it's really, really great. It's a well-done setting. I really love how it really took place at the hospital. I know I think this is the first, like, movie in ever, because I know there's, like, been some other movies, like, in 1980, probably somewhere in the 80s, where when they made, like, a lot of cool, like, horror slasher movies that took place in hospitals. Like, you had the Nightmare on Elm Street 3 movie, which took place at the hospital, which it was kind of, but not, obviously not exactly, but it was sort of a little bit like the Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Yeah, I think I'm going a little too far, but like I said, I said in the beginning there was gonna be a little bit of spoilers, so, and that's what it was like, for example. I mean, I don't even think there's been a movie that's taken place in a hospital like this in, like, ages. Well, I think the last one that they did that took place in a hospital, and I don't think anyone knows this movie, but it was a movie called Insanitarium, which was about, the guy who ends up, who has his sister, this guy's sister ends up going into the nut house, and he ends up purposely cutting himself, like, acting crazy in the in public, so that he can go to the nut house and get his sister out of the hospital. But, you know, and again, it basically explains everything. It explains the cult. It explains the trailer. It's a little bit confusing, but, I mean, and it's kind of weird and confusing, because I do know that it was starting to get a little comedic from watching, you know, as you're watching the movie, as I was watching the movie. Because I do know when, the first three movies, Child's Plays 1, 2, and 3, they were serious. Well, they said that sort of Part 3 was, like, comedic, but I didn't really see any comedic things in Part 3 at all. It looked very more serious to me. Well, that's what Cold Duder, a.k.a. Sean C. Phillips, said. Well, I guess he sees something that's very comedic, but I don't see anything comedic. I didn't really see anything comedic about Part 3. I do know that Bride and Seed of Chucky, they were comedic. Because when the Tiffany doll came, they were very comedic. And, you know, Curse of Chucky, they turned that into a more serious one. So now we got Cold of Chucky, and now that, I believe, is starting to get a little bit more comedic. But I don't care about the comedic stuff. I know lots of people hate the Seed of Chucky, but I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was terrible. I thought that was a decent movie. I mean, I know it's not a great movie or anything, but I always really loved all the Chucky movies. I mean, yes, I even loved this, even though it was kind of weird, even though it was kind of confusing, you know, but, I really enjoyed it. So, what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, and, you know, from what I've read, and I know I talked about this in one of my other upcoming movie videos, because of course they are going to be making another sequel to Cult of Chucky, which they're saying something about that, and I kind of figured that they were going to go to like the comedic level the way they were in this. They said they're thinking about doing the next one where Chucky is in outer space, or he's in like a spaceship. And again, I don't know how that could be decent. I mean, it kind of would look pretty good. I mean, I would think, in my opinion, they should not do that quite yet, because to me, in my opinion, the way the new one, Cult of Chucky, ended, it kind of did look like they could do more with what happened after, Cult of Chucky, because, it's the way it ended, it looked like they could do more with that. So I don't know if they can. I don't think they should go like that comedic yet, in my opinion. I mean, but it's up to the director. I mean, but I know they also been wanting to do something called Chucky versus Freddy, or Freddy versus Chucky, or something. Basically, sort of like a Freddy versus Jason type thing. Which that would be stupid if they did that, in my opinion. But I would still watch it anyway, see how it is, because obviously, who's gonna win, Chucky or Freddy? Freddy's obviously gonna win. So I mean, but yeah, but even though it was kind of weird, like I said, I give it 5 stars. And also, before I get done with the video, make sure when you watch this movie, watch after the credits, because the after the credits is pretty freaking cool, and it was a pretty good surprise. I know in the last movie, Curse of Chucky, when I watched the after the credits scene, I was like, yes. So and I was basically just, I basically acted like that the same way with Cult of Chucky. So, but yeah, so that's basically my review for this movie, and I am kind of glad I did get to see this a week early. So I do know that it was like a month ago. In London, they had their screening movie at the Fright Fest for Cult of Chucky. So I kind of thought that if they did have that screening there, someone from there had to have made like a bootleg of it or something. But which I'm thinking, I don't know if this was a bootleg, because like there wasn't. Because how, like, when you make a bootleg, there's like someone like holding the camera, and you hear like a lot of people in the background. There really wasn't that at all. So it just looked to me like it looked as if it was already released. So I don't, but it's not yet. But unless if it was already out in like another country, which I don't think it has. But But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I will put the link. Well, I'll put the website name down below, so make sure you check the movie out, because I will put the website name is down below. So yeah, and I'd like to hear your reviews and what you think about this movie, and yeah, so see you guys later. Bye.